How often do you use this word very? Very bad, very sad, very clean, very dirty. There's nothing wrong in using the word very to stress something. But what if we try to replace this word very by adding a few new fascinating ones in our life? And trust me, this is one way to crack your IELTS exam. Once you start replacing this word very and used enhanced vocabulary in your IELTS exam, you would be able to get through it. So, I, Mrs. Ritika Mehta, welcome you back to my YouTube channel for another spellbinding vocabulary session in which we are not only going to learn to remove very from our life, but also learn the application of such words in sentences so that we are able to use them in our day to day life. Do watch this video till the end, and if you haven't subscribed my channel, do subscribe it right away now. Let's dive in without any further ado. Very slow can be replaced by the word sluggish. For instance, don't be sluggish, else you would miss the train. The opposite of this word is very fast. Replace very fast by using the word rapid. For instance, there is a rapid decline in the price of sugar. Next in the list is very difficult. Rather use the word challenging. For instance, she has the ability to overcome every challenging situation. How about this one? The opposite of very difficult is very easy. Let's replace this word by using an amazing word called effortless. For instance, she passed the exam effortlessly, which means she did not put in much efforts but she could still get through it. Next in the list is very expensive. Rather use the word exorbitant. For instance, I can't buy this watch as it's exorbitant. The opposite of very expensive is very cheap. So let's replace this word very cheap by using the word affordable. For instance, I found an affordable accommodation in Jaipur. How often do we use this word? Very clean. Rather use the word spotless. For instance, she ensures her room to be spotless every time. The opposite of very clean is very dirty. So replace this word by using filthy. For instance, the surroundings were filthy and there were mosquitoes all around. Very large can be replaced by the word massive. For instance, the fort had massive walls. The opposite of this word is very small. So next in the list is very small. So let's remove this word by using minuscule. For instance, the room couldn't accommodate many people at the same time as it was minuscule. How often do we use this word very boring? Let's replace this word by using a fascinating word called monotonous. For instance, the story narrated by her was monotonous and no one was ready to hear her. Next in the list is very interesting. So we can use a word fascinating to replace this word. For instance, the fascinating movie did not let the audience move. How often do we use this word very beautiful? Let's replace this word by using the word stunning. For instance, her stunning pictures flattered everyone. Next on the list is the opposite of very beautiful, which is very ugly. Instead of this word very ugly, use the word hideous. For instance, I was shocked to see a hideous monster. Next on the list is very weak. Rather use the word feeble. For instance, the patient seemed to be feeble to even move an inch. Opposite of very weak is very strong. So next in the list is very strong, which can be replaced by the word mighty. For instance, the mighty wind blew away everything. How about this one? Very excited. We often use this word when we are really happy. So instead of very excited, use the word thrilled. For instance, I was thrilled to see such a massive building. How about this one? Very scared. Rather use the word terrified. For instance, the thought of losing the job terrified him every moment. Very surprised can be replaced by the word astonished. For instance, the skyscrapers of Dubai astonished me. Next in the list is very empty. Use vacant instead. For instance, the building was vacant with absolute silence. The opposite of very empty is very crowded. Replace this by using the word packed. For instance, the market is packed on weekends. How often do you use this word, very happy? Rather, use the word ecstatic. For instance, the team was ecstatic post their victory. It means they couldn't resist their happiness as they made an attempt to win and they could win. The opposite of very happy is very sad. So let's replace this word by using the word miserable. For instance, John felt miserable on losing his well paid job. Next in the list is very old. Replace this word by using ancient. For instance, the ancient monuments are well preserved by the government of India. The opposite of very old is very new. So let's replace this word by using a word brand new. For instance, she wore a brand new watch on her birthday. Next on the list is very cold. Rather, use the word freezing. For instance, it is freezing in December, which means it's absolutely cold and it is difficult to overcome it. The opposite of very cold is very hot. So use the word scorching instead of very hot. For instance, the scorching heat of the sun is unbearable in the month of June and May. I hope you find this session informative. If so, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For such riveting content, do follow Target School of Learning. Bye bye. See you in the next one now.